Hello, my friends. I hope that your social distancing is going well, your time away from Beacon is being productive and everything. We do really miss you, though. We look forward to you coming back in the fall. So for today, I'm going to show you, as you probably saw in the Remind or on your group chat or just on the weekly schedule, today I'm going to show you how to make a dish in the microwave. Now, I'm not going to be going out to Walmart and grabbing one of those free frozen dinners because you don't want to know that. You already know. That's easy. Instructions are on the box. But what I'm actually going to be showing you is how to make a baked potato in the microwave. So it's something you can use if you don't want to go to the chopping block that day, or you're tired of those frozen dinners if you're eating in your apartment. So what do you say we get started? Now, does anyone know the first step you want to take whenever you're cooking anything, baked potato, lasagna, whatever? Do I hear it? Anyone? Yes, so one of you must shout really loudly because I just heard it. You're going to want to wash your hands. And the way you do that, I'm not going to shout it. You should know how to wash your hands, but just make sure you're washing them for about 20 seconds. Get them wet, soap on there. Now, you all know how to do this, I'm sure. Seen a lot of you do practice doing this very well. Then you rinse them off very well. Now, that's very important to get all the dirt, grime, whenever you're preparing food, anything that's going to go in your mouth, get that dirt and grime off your hands. Ideally, you'd have a towel. They seem to be out today. They don't seem to restock when you're not here. So it's just really important to get all that dirt, grime, and germs off your hands before you're cooking anything that's going to go into your mouth. Because if you ingest that, you can get sick, whether it's with the coronavirus, whether it's with the flu, whether it's with a simple cold. That's all very important. So the next step, the first step is getting your main ingredients together. Now this here is what, I'm going to bring it up close, it's called a russet potato. It's super helpful for baked potatoes and a lot of other potato dishes. The first step, much like your hands, you're going to want to wash your food because, for those of you who don't know, potatoes grow in the ground. And even though I do like getting extra minerals, we're not going to want to get that dirt into our baked potato to eat because it doesn't taste good. I promise you that. So with a potato, because they're underground, you're going to want to do something a bit extra. So you take it, and you take your handy vegetable scraper, you scrape it and scrub it. Vegetable scrubber, sorry. Scrub it over and over and over again. There we go. Make sure it's nice and clean. You want to get all that dirt off, get all that detritus, whatever. There we go. Now, ideally, you'd also want to dry that off. Do your best. But the next step, very important. This is a really quick recipe. So the next step you have going is you're wanting to get a fork, just a regular old dinner fork, everything like that. And you're going to want to jab the potato multiple times just to create holes in the skin, because otherwise, when you put it in the microwave, it would likely explode. That'd make a mess and ruin your dinner. Don't want to have that. It could also damage your microwave, so let's just play it safe. Get all that, jab it so many times, just for the steam to get out, and then we can get started. So, okay, I've stabbed it a lot of times. Hopefully that's good. I don't want to ruin, this isn't my microwave, so I don't want to ruin it. I think Coulter might be a bit upset with me if I ruined his microwave, or the school's microwave. So, there we go. So just jab it a good number of times. Doesn't really matter how many exactly, just several. So then you get it on your plate, regular old dinner plate, get it on there, open it up, put it in there, as you know. And then we're going to want to set the timer on here for about 5 minutes. It sounds like a long time for a lot of things, but if we can get it going, we can get it there. Now, I'm not going to make you wait for 5 minutes, so through the power of editing, so yeah, I just entered 5 in there. Through the power of editing, it's going to magically skip 5 minutes, because I have that power over time. So there we go. So now we set it in there, turn it on, ready to go, and we'll wait for it to be done, and I'll show you the next step in a little bit. Okay, so as you can hear, the 5 minutes have just finished. So we've got it done for 5 minutes. Now it's not quite done because we need to make sure it cooks evenly. So what we have to do is open it up, check it. It's going to be kind of hot at this stage, so we don't want to just grab it on. Ideally, we'd have oven mitts or something similar to grab it. So I'm not even going to break it out because it's very hot, want to let it cool. So what we're going to do is just flip it right over to make sure it's cooks evenly, and put it in for, guess what? 5 more minutes. So again, 5 more minutes after flipping it over. Hit start, and then after that, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so it's done the second 5 minutes, so we're gonna have to take it out now. And again, I warn you that this it's gonna be very hot, so I highly recommend getting an oven mitt or some other type of material to cover your hands. So grab this by the plate here, pull it out. You can see it. It looks very good and baked. So I would recommend letting it cool. Just sit there and cool for a little bit, just a few minutes, okay? So just so you don't burn your hands, and whenever you're touching it, you're handling it. At this point, it's very hot. I don't want to see you burn your hands, so always wear an oven mitt or some other type of protective glove. Something not like plastic or latex, not a rubber glove, but like an oven mitt. Okay? So I'm gonna tap it. I just want to see how hot it is. Oh, it's pretty good. Not too bad. Not as hot as I thought, but still, just be safe and comfortable. So next step, this is the important part. Not super important, but this part, the great thing about this recipe is that you can adjust it to your tastes. So the next step to do is you take a knife, ideally a relatively small one, but make sure it's sharp, because the sharper the knife, the safer it is. So the dull knife, that's very unsafe. You want to make sure you're always keeping it your knives nice and sharp, nice and maintained, nice and clean throughout their whole life, so that it doesn't accidentally slip and cut you. Okay? So you're going to take your knife out. I made a mistake. I made a mistake I was warning y'all not to make. And just cut the potato in half. Okay? So, see? We have 2. We'll cut that last way. We'll have 2 half-baked potatoes. Or 2 halves of a baked potato. Okay? There we go. Come on. Okay, friends. So, as you can see, whoa, slipping all over the place there. So, we have them cut in half. Now you're going to take your fork, the same fork you used to poke it at the beginning, it's fine to use, and you're going to want to kind of mash it up a bit. Just mix it up just to get it like all nice and make sure it's nice and fluffy and everything like that. And now at this point, because as I said before, this recipe can really be customized for your tastes. So if you like it a certain way, if you don't like certain things on it, so if I tell you, if I'm gonna make it the way I like it, you can always add more things like sour cream, cheese. I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese on it. You can really put anything that you feel is good on a baked potato on it. A lot of people put, as I said, sour cream, chives, cheese, bacon even. I don't have bacon, so I'm not gonna put it on it. But so don't take what I'm putting on it as gospel of what you have to put on it. Okay? Make sure there we go. Nice and fresh. Nice and fluffy on both ends. And there we go. So right now, at this point you could eat it if you wanted to. You can. And so, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, I have my butter somewhere. Right over here. Can't forget that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of butter, some salt and pepper, and some cheese on top of it. Because that, I think, sounds really good. There we go. So just take a little bit of butter with a regular old butter knife or table knife, whatever you want to use, and stick that on it, on each one. I love butter, so I'm going to put a lot on each side. You can adjust it as you like. Put more or less on it if you want, or anything like that. And another one for the other side. There we go. Now the heat, luckily, should melt that butter, make it really nice, fill in those cracks between the fluffiness, which is why I wanted to kind of fluff it up there, to cast those cracks for that melted butter to go into, make a real nice treat for y'all. Finally, I also got some salt, so we're going to put some salt and pepper on it, and it's going to should taste pretty good I think. So, there we go. Got this. Sprinkle that salt, just a pinch. You can put it in as much as you want. I don't want it super salty, but you just put in as much or as little salt as you want. Same with pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper on it as well. If I can find my pepper, but apparently I lost it, so there won't be pepper. But anyway, there we go. That's pretty much it. I do have my, oh, there's a pepper. It's hiding. So there we go. Open it up a little scoop, just give it a little bit of shake. There we go. Got our pepper in. Now finally, we got our cheese. Now ideally what I think would be best is some cheddar cheese. Unfortunately, I don't have shredded cheddar cheese. So I have, what I do have is this brand new Mexican cheese I was going to make for a recipe for myself tomorrow. So I'm going to grab a little bit of that and put it on top. Just a little bit, because I'm not feeling it. So there we go. Now, bring it closer so y'all can look at it. Luckily, it cools off pretty quickly. Here's what it looks like right now. Now, at this point, you could eat it. You could eat it as it is, I think. But what I think we're gonna do to make it extra nice, I wanna melt that cheese. So, what we're gonna do is take it, open up the microwave again, obviously, you can't put something in, put it in there, and just kind of do it for 1 minute. Just to, oh. There we go. Press the right button this time. It's always important to press the right button on your microwave if you want it to do what you want it to do. Because if you put it in there for a minute and hit stop and reset, it's not gonna go. So, there we go. So, I just think this is gonna be a real nice treat for this can be either part of a bigger meal if you're into making meals. This can also be just a snack, whatever. I know this may not be so anyway, I hope that you can use this obviously when you're at your home. You can use this in your dorm when you come back to wrap, hopefully, or don't, or next year wherever you are. This can be really handy again if you want to have quote unquote real food that's not from the chopping block and in your dorm, and not come down to this kitchen. So, because like nothing I used here is anything you would not have in your dorm room, could not have in your dorm room. Use the microwave, which is allowed in your pod. I use knives and forks, which are allowed in should be, as far as I know, they are allowed in your dorm. So I really hope that you enjoyed this cooking with me tonight and making that again. It's gonna be hot, so when you're done melting there we go. Now, this looks really good, but I am gonna let it cool. So bring this over here and let's take a look at what we've made, right? Hey, sound good? So, there we go. I'm going to grab this. So, here we go. Looks good, eh? Okay, so that's it for today. See how easy that was? Overall, the whole recipe should only take about 12 minutes from start to finish, from including washing and cutting and sticking those holes in and microwaving. 12 to 15 minutes, so it's real quick, real easy, and I'm confident that we can make it taste good. So thank you. Again, I hope your social distancing is going well. I'll include a link to this recipe if you want it written down in the description of the video. So if you ever want to follow up, if maybe I was going too fast, or just you need that written description, we're going to include it for you, don't worry. So, thank you again, and I hope your evening and your rest of your time away from Pekin goes well. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.